Let's get started. This is the fun part, I think. This is where we start brainstorming the what's going to go in your toolbox. It really depends on who you are as a person. And also, don't forget, this is just the start of it. So this little box, and it's not a physical, it doesn't need to be a physical box, actually. It can be a list of things if you'd like, or you could keep a little basket full of actual things, maybe near your bed, for times when you're feeling that you need it. The idea is to just make an intentional list or assortment of things that will help you through a little emotional crisis. Without getting too personal, I'd just like to let you know a little bit about my history. So I have homeschooled for 12 years, my 4 boys. Before and during that time, I did the academic portion of a mental health counseling degree, a master's in mental health counseling degree, where I sort of did a capstone in mindfulness. Previously, and I don't want to give too much information, but just as an idea of my history with maladaptive coping mechanisms, I suffered with bulimia for over 12 years pretty intensely. So I really did need, in a personal way, to learn how to get something that works a little better than that. So it's been decades for me of keeping this little kit near me at all times, so that now, there's absolutely no worries for me using maladaptive things. And I just really do reach most of the time for things that are a lot healthier than what I used to do. So that's just a little bit of a background. And also just to let you know, I've helped my sons create their own little kits, and people around me and stuff. So these are really individual. No two peoples need to look alike. So there's not a bullet point list of you must do yoga, or a list of you have to enjoy being in the woods, or this is essential oils, please buy my essential oils. Nothing like that. It's just a very personal exercise. I'm going to provide you with lots of resources that you can kind of quickly skim to get an idea of what might or might not work for you. Don't forget, you can start and learn about yourself as you go. This is an ongoing process. You'll just find that the more you ground yourself, the more you start with little things like your breath, the more you'll start remembering what gives you pleasure, what provides relief for you, what brings you a sense of calm, what gives you a sense of balance. That's my main message in this video portion, is just to really, the point is to try to start to find the things that you love. You. For example, me personally, I've always been very drawn to scent. Flowers. I feel like I'm a bit of a, I'm very feminine that way, I guess. I love the idea of flowers. I have a little bit of a diploma in flower arranging in a certain style of Japanese flower arranging. It's been a bonding experience between me and my mom my whole life. And the idea of scent really hits me hard. I can just inhale a little lavender and suddenly life is good. That's not the same for everybody, and I know that. But for me, for example, if I can crush some lavender flowers in my hands, immediately the world is a better place. If I simply can draw or have in my house a flower arrangement, again, calm. It's almost immediate. Another one that works for me is forest bathing. That I take a quick walk into the woods, suddenly life is good. My husband, by contrast, is really, really fed by being near water. And for him, it's that near water or on water experience, even for a few minutes, and suddenly again, life is good. Don't forget that for other people, a mantra, actually this one is for me as well. I have a list of prayers that I'll pray, and I'll suddenly, again, calm. Some people enjoy using prayer beads. There's Buddhist prayer beads. There's also Catholic prayer beads called the rosary. There's also affirmations that some people, I also have used those in my past, where I just remind myself of things that will reset my self-talk. So there's going to be a core group of people, I think, where affirmations, mantras, prayer really works for them. Another one, some people are very taken by sensory overload. And for those people, things like having a sleep mask at the ready where they can black out light, using earplugs, putting together a little flax seed, like preschoolers use, but no shade on this, it's a wonderful idea. A little bucket of flax seeds that you can just dig your hands in and just start feeling that real grounding sense. Or putting your bare feet on some sand or grass can really, really help some people who have a real sensory overload feeling sometimes. Actually, to that end, sometimes what you're wearing can really influence how grounded you feel. And don't forget that. That's a pretty personal one. But there's certain people who are very taken with needing natural fibers to ground themselves. Loose fitting or even tighter fitting clothes, depending on the person. So those are just some ideas. Oh, and I did mention yoga in passing in the beginning. Yoga and physical movement, stretching, gentle exercises, really actually depending on who you are, going for a quick run or a bicycle ride or something like that can also feel very, very grounding. These are all very personal, right? Let's get started now though, so the video will be finished soon, and then just go through the exercises and try to start coming up with what is going to go into your personal toolkit. What grounds you? What gives you relief, provides balance and calm and pleasure? Let's get started.